Hello sales agencies, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a listing for your service offer in the CloudTask Marketplace. This is an example of what buyers will see when it's done. Now I am going to create a seller listing and walk you through it step by step so that you can feel confident creating your listing. Let's get started. We're going to be creating one listing per each service you offer. In my user dashboard, I go to the left panel and click on My Listings. Then I click on Add New. I add a listing name. I make sure that the listing name doesn't exceed 65 characters because if it does, the listing will not save. And for the listing description, I will enter a high-level description about my agency that relates to the services that I promote through this listing. I need to make sure that the listing description doesn't exceed 440 characters because if it does, the listing will not save. I'm skipping the hourly price section and going directly to the setup monthly offering section because I'm listing a service that I bill on a monthly recurring basis. Same logic applies to the service name. I want to make sure it doesn't exceed 65 characters. And here in the description, this is where I'll enter what the buyer can expect I deliver if they hire the service promoted in this listing. I want to make sure that the listing description also doesn't exceed 440 characters. Here I want to add how much I charge for my monthly service. You can only select one monthly rate per listing, so if you have different packages with different monthly rates, you will need to create multiple listings. I click on the Setup Flat Fee service, and I click on the plus sign on Add New Service. I want to make sure the service name also doesn't exceed the 65 character limit. And the same logic applies to the description. I want to make sure it doesn't exceed the 440 characters. I have my pricing and my duration. So I'm going to go for 90, meaning that it takes 90 days for me to deliver. Next, on images, I want to make sure I add a case study. I crop it so I show the part that I want to display. And I can add a YouTube video overview of the service listed. Next, I'll click on Go to Details. Here, I will get into the details of the specific items included on the delivery of the service promoted in this listing. I will check off the geography supported. I will check off the contact data types collected in the delivery of the service promoted in this listing. In this case, demographic and firmographic data. I will check off the channels employed in the delivery. In this case, we use email and phone to deliver the services promoted in this listing. I will also check off which sequence type I use. I'll also check off the deliverables clients will receive in the delivery of the service promoted in this listing. In this case, email scripts and phone scripts. Also, what is the format in which I report performance? I will go with scheduled automated reports, which are going to be spreadsheet files. I will also check off the data reported in the delivery, in this case, conversion metrics and activity metrics. I'm also checking off the software used in the delivery of the service promoted in this listing. In this case, email automation software, phone software, and sales engagement software. Very important, for this listing, I'll be booking discovery meetings, so I'm checking that off as the performance objective. I'll also check off the case studies that applies to the service promoted in this listing that I have ready to attach to the listing itself. I'll also check off the languages supported in the delivery of the service promoted in this listing, English. I'll also check off the list building tactics. And last, I'll check off the roles covered in the delivery of the service promoted in this listing. Here in the refund policy, I will write what are the conditions to accept cancellations from my buyers, as well as what are the requirements in which a refund will be applicable. On the PDF section, I'm including a PDF with the general terms and conditions and some pricing breakdowns. Next, I'll go ahead and click on Go to Availability. This section will show my availability to meet with buyers about this listing. I'll skip the sync with Calendly for the time being and manually add my available days. I'll select which days and which hours work for me, and I'll make sure to hit this plus sign to save my selected schedule. If I don't do that part, this listing will not save. I'm skipping all of the rest and going directly to Publish. That's it. I've successfully published my self-service offers in the CloudTask Marketplace.